Hey, all everybody. Recently I went over to the Sam Nolan Museum of Natural History to see the exhibit at Titanoboa. So I went to the gift shop and, well, I've noticed something that I've started to pick out and try, and this is the Metal Earth 3D metal model kits. Now, you see these all the time in hobby stores and gift shops and stuff like that. Usually it involves vehicles or buildings, and it usually requires some metal sheets that are pre-cut and to help form a shape of model. In this case it's a T-Rex, but also on the bottom here you can see an old-fashioned biplane, a tank, ship, windmills, and you get them all sorts of things, including the Millennium Falcon if you search hard enough. So yeah, these are kind of neat. These are, I guess, a step up from the old-fashioned balsa wood models, like, you know, what they used to have. I have a T-Rex one that's balsa wood and also a Brachiosaurus, and this is just the next step, just smaller, made of metal. And let's see, it's on top here, it says a 2-sheet model, and I've never done these before, and I don't think I can put this, since it's my first time, I don't think I have enough room for my camera memory to try it all in one go. So what I'll do is I'll get started on this and see where I go. First of all, let's see if we can open this, see what it really looks like. They don't have a tear opening or anything, so I guess you just sort of, yep, you just peel this back, and here we go. Let's see what all comes inside. Let's see, this blank piece of paper. Aha! Instructions. Good. Yeah, there you go. Needle nose pliers. I can find some. I have something like that, or some tweezers for my models, my miniatures. Let's see. Yeah, that's all the information there. And oh yes. Yes, nice step-by-step instructions for each part of the body. Okay, now. Oh yeah, we got the tail. Looks like you start from the ends first and go straight to the hips. That's the total opposite of how paleontologists put skeletons together. You usually start from hips and go outward. Oh well, now let's see the sheets themselves. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah. Ooh, just holding these is kind of neat. Oh, look at that. That skull alone. Okay, and just to let you know, it's around 10 bucks I got it for. So, yeah, I think it's about, 10 bucks of interest. I'm just going to pop in a movie and do parts of it. After I get done with some of it, I'll show you my results so far. Alright, let's see how we go about this. Okay, my progress so far, first thing you have to do is get the skull together. You gotta fold the halves in. You gotta put the top of the skull in. Since I don't have a proper needle nose pliers, I had to use my old Games Workshop tweezers. And then I had to put the spine together. You gotta put, you got the top right here. You gotta put the sides in. So far, it's a bit wobbly. I'm hoping it's a bit more stable when it's all put together, but we'll see what happens. Next instructions, we're going to put looks like we're going to put the vertebrae on, at least up to the pelvis. Alright, that's progress. Not perfect. I think the skull's a bit pinched. Okay, just to let you know, if you've ever done these before, they're kind of a pain, because you're working with something small, very flexible, and you're afraid to, and if you don't bend them down, the little, folds here, it's not going to stick to very well. And not to mention trying to stick something like this little metal plate here. Here I can put this out right here, which is attached, they had to attach this first, and then you got to put the slots at this point while trying to keep the rest of the skull put together. It's a bit of pain, but that's progress. I'm getting about half of it done, but at least almost getting the main frame there, so to speak. Alright. Okay, as of this recording, I waited a week because there was difficulty putting together the tail. Let me show you. I just now completed this, and the reason why I waited a week because this one was a pain to put together. The tweezers I had were not very good at putting the little tabs, bending the tabs together to hook them on. So I got me a special tweezers right here. More suitable for that. Needle nose pliers is required. Is suggested to do this, and I couldn't find the pliers at the hobby store, but I did find this, which worked fine. These ones on the side, these vertebrae right here, were a pain because you had to. Now, when you cut them out, you had to fold them in half, and then as I was trying to fold the tabs together to keep them in place, some of them broke directly in half. So what I had to do is get a special type of cement for, got this at the hobby store, test store cement for metal and wood to keep the halves together as I reattached them on. Then as I had to do this for each side, 2 different tabs. You got the 1s and 2s. And so you got 2 different size ones. And they still kind of wiggle a bit, but I maybe later, before I put it all together, use some cement to more solidify them so they don't fall apart. Then you got the top and the bottom, which was easy to do. And so there you go. There's the tail. I already got the front half right here, and I'm probably want to solidify that with the wiggly vertebrae and ribs later on. So I just want to use cement to solidify it when I get in place. So let's continue on and see how far we can go. Okay, now working for last few hours, I finally completed the little metal skeleton. As I show you, this is what it is on the cover, and here are the results. And there you go. One little T-Rex made out of stainless steel. Okay, well, putting the tail to the body was not so bad, especially when you have the right set of pliers to it. Again, once you get past all these ribs and vertebrae, the rest is more or less pretty easy. Okay, now looking at this, it looks like the leg has come apart here. I'll have to fix that when I can. But that shouldn't be too much work. Fair warning: these feet attaching to the platform, they don't make the pegs long enough, so I may have to sort of glue that in with this little rubber cement that I got here. I'll do that I'll probably put dots of it here and there to keep it all stabilized so things aren't so wobbly. But yeah, there you go. Metalworks Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton. Oh, by the way, if you like Stegosaurus, they make one of that too. So yeah, put together, and yeah, that's basically, if you remember the old balsa wood dinosaur skeletons from way back in the day, that's what this is like. In fact, I may have to go with the gluing the pieces, as I said. But it's not. I can understand why these things can be popular. Mostly, it's done for vehicles and buildings, which makes a bit more sense. But I think they could have simplified some of the aspects of the skeleton here. As I, some of these tail vertebrae I had to glue back together because they were folded in half and it kept snapping. But it is a bit wobbly here. I figure maybe if I can glue pieces here and there to make it a bit more stiff. But I figured if this is my first time trying these, I would you know, they're cute and all that. So yeah, you see these in hobby stores and such. Give it a look into. Although if you don't like the wobbliness, I totally understand. Well, thank you all very much. Thanks for watching.